Hello everybody. Today I'm going to talk about the nature of reality. This is based on my understanding and my own direct experience. What I'll do is go in stages and try to explain to you what my understanding is. I see this is based on work I've been doing since 1969, by the way. And anyway, the way I see life or spirit is composed of two different aspects. The first aspect we could define as the relative. This consists of all the different parts that exist, like the universe, like thoughts, like emotions, like people, insects, animals, dust. Anything that comes to exist has a period of life, a movement, and then moves on, dies. That, you could say, is the relative aspect of creation. It is everything that stands as an object. Everything that comes to be has a period of time and then moves on. With this, there is a complete opposite, complementary aspect. And this we call the absolute. The absolute is just pure consciousness. When I say pure consciousness, what I mean is it is consciousness without content. It is just a formless essence which is infinite, has no beginning, has no end, and exists everywhere forever. Again, with my understanding, and I can only give you my understanding, I can't tell you that this is 100% right and, and everybody should believe or accept this. I don't have that feeling at all. I can only present my picture of what I understand and my experience. But these two aspects make what I call the divine up. It's two parts. And the pure consciousness is intelligence, the second part, and gives rise to the relative, the first part. One creates the other. So the absolute, the infinite, the pure consciousness creates the finite relative aspects that we've just been talking about. Now, they are not two separate parts. Pure consciousness modifies itself and produces the relative. So in truth, we're actually dealing with one single reality, for want of a better word. There is just one single reality, but there's an infinite aspect to it and a relative aspect. And you could call that God. So sometimes people say, well, God's this or that. But actually, if we accept this model, then the divine, or whatever you want to call it, is everything and nothing simultaneously. It's a paradox or an oxymoron. Depends on your terminology. I'm just going to check to see what else I have here. Yeah, another definition for the totality. Sometimes it's called beingness. Beingness is all-inclusive. It's form and formlessness, all together as one. Yes, it's a bit like God gives birth. It's like a mother and gives birth to the universe. The baby is part of the mother. but they are different, but at the same time they're also very closely connected. And it's all one reality, but two different aspects. So far, so good. On a practical level, in terms of our lives, how does this figure? How do we, make this into some reality that we can cognate and use in our lives? How does it make some practical sense? I've always been a practical guy and prefer something that I can actually do as against just pure theory. And most people's experience of themselves as people lies within three things. One is an ordinary conscious mind, thinking mind, and a subconscious, and a body with the senses. And that's basically what most people are aware of. If you talk to people, that's their experience. It's the five sense world, the conscious mind, their unconscious stuff when you go to sleep, the physical reality that's around them. I'm proposing that there is more to us than that. Jesus says, "In my Father's house there are many mansions." And he's not talking about architecture. And he's just saying that there is more to us than we know. And spirituality is about moving or experiencing some of those deeper, more profound aspects of ourselves. In the ordinary state, human beings tend to be reactive to stimuli from the environment. Things happen and the mind reacts. It's quite mechanical. There is no real awareness present. There actually responds. Response isn't part of the mechanism. It's reaction. It's stimuli and reaction, like Pavlov dog model. And you put a certain stimuli and then you produce a result. And when you start to become more conscious, that's more aware of the consciousness within you, then there is a change, because that is the core of ourselves spiritually. It is pure consciousness. It's not, I'm saying this is the sort of different model, that we have a mind and a body, yes, and feelings, subconscious, but underlying all that, there is a conscious principle, the transcendent conscious principle, the absolute, which I talked about earlier, as the very core of our lives. But its potential, it's not automatically there unless we turn towards it. We have to turn towards that reality and have it as a daily experience. And that's really what the spiritual path is about, or the spiritual journey is about, turning back towards that transcendent self that everybody has at the very core of their existence. So what I'm going to do now is just thank you for listening, and we'll continue with another talk next week. So I'd like to bid you farewell and keep smiling. Thank you.